Hi and welcome back to SmartER, and today we're going to look at changing all the wipers on the 453 Smart Forfour. So it's not as easy as I was expecting. There's a couple of little twists and turns, so let's have a little look, shall we? So I'll post the actual codes for these Bosch wipers. Apparently if you use Bosch wipers then you're a considerate owner. So this is what they look like as they come out of the box. I thought I'd do a little bit of an unboxing style as well, so they're well protected. The actual blade itself comes sitting on a cardboard carrier to protect the very sort of thin edge of the blade. So I'll just put it on the box here. And there's the original for sizing. Oh, it's quite a cool touch that it's that well packaged. There's a little box of clips, so the carrier fittings. There's a variety of them in here. And again, another little thing, I've not had Bosch wipers before, but it comes with some instructions, and there's actually a QR code on there as well. So if you don't think this is good enough and an idea of how to install them, you can always look at the QR code. It was a bit tricky getting this open, so bear with me. But within the actual packaging itself, it gives you a few options of the few different ones, but I really like how it's working because the fitments, they're numbered, and on the back of the box it'll show you which vehicle you've got. So in this case it's a Smart 453 and you want number 3. So here we are, all the different varieties, all different sizes, but we're looking for the one with number 3 on it. It does look smaller, and it is actually smaller than the original manufacturer's part, but we'll see. So again, here's the instructions, and it's relative to your model, so it'll say 1, 2, 3 or 4, shows you the different fittings. And again, as I said, on the back you just search for your vehicle, and we go all the way down here till we get to Smart 453. You does say Fourtwo, but I'm sure we all know by now that a lot of the parts are interchangeable, apart from the rear doors. And you look for the 453 and it says we want part number 3. So there it is, part number 3. So here we have the removal. So I've taken it off already, as you can see, but if you look through that gap there where I'm pointing with a screwdriver, there's a little sort of nipple sort of thing, and what you've got to do, you've got to put the screwdriver in, and you've got to lever the top of the housing of this thing up to release it from the holder that little pin is in. I'll show you now. So you need a little, maybe electrical screwdriver or a very thin one, nice clean one so it doesn't scratch the paint on the arm, but this is a better look. So you pop it in there and you really lift it up like that. Now then what you do is, just going to move the camera a second, you really give it a good old yank upwards. So here's the new part, and as you notice there's some lugs on here. It goes in a particular way, and here is the actual part we're going to use. Now if you notice there's actually an arrow, and the arrow lines up with the arrow on the actual main blade itself, and you just give it a bit of a wiggle to get it on. Bit of force, you can't break it, it's contoured to accept it. There you go. So the fitting itself is simple as anything really, but be mindful when you put the bottom end in, it sort of doesn't fully fit on, so you have to push it towards you or push it away from the windscreen a little bit. I'll show you again on the next one, and then you push it down and it clicks into place. So here we go. Look, let's see if we can get a bit more detail on the next one. So here we go. Here's the passenger side one in the UK. Same thing. Number 3. There's the arrow. Make sure it's pointing in the right direction. And then you simply line up the holes in the carrier to the lugs, the 2 lugs, I say simply, on the wiper itself. I wouldn't have been a very good wrestler, would I? Just go on there, honestly. There you go. So again, when you pop it on now, so when you push it, pull it, put it over the top, you'll see it could slide all the way down. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to push it to the stop by there, and it's hard to do with one hand, so I'll put the camera back. You're going to need to flex the actual carrier towards you. You'll see now. Give it a second, just trying to steady this camera. Talk amongst yourselves. So here we go. So back over the top, and then we need to make sure that this is pushed that way, and then it actually it goes inside onto the arm itself, and it clicks into place. If it doesn't click into place, it's not done properly. So there we go. Let's do a little squirty test just to make sure that it works. I must say the original ones that were on there were starting to be a bit tired, and they didn't really clear the screen well, but these are absolutely fantastic. Lovely. So yeah, nice Bosch front wiper blades for the Smart, all done. So we're going to move on to the back. So the back is a different one. I've not come across that kind of fitting before. It's a bit more complicated than I've done before. And again, we're using a Bosch wiper blade. So here we are. Here's the offending article. And as you can see, it's on a pivot, and you can't really lift it all the way up to just slide the blade out. So there must be a way of giving you more space to pop it out. So the first thing you do is you lift this little cover, which is on a hinge, to 90 degrees, and you'll be able to see inside there's a little line there just above my thumbnail. That's a spring. You don't need to do anything, but it's just giving you an understanding of what you're doing and why you're doing it. So what you need to do, you need to pull the arm, like I'm showing you here, to the right. You physically grip the whole top of the arm and pull it to the right. So as you do that, you're releasing the mechanism, and hey presto, you've got more access and it stands up to attention. Who misses? So there we are. That's the tricky bit. And now we'll just go and swap it out. There's no magic clips or anything with this one. There's no special tools you need. There's no adapters. It is just one piece, and as you see it here, that's how it goes on the actual arm, the rear wiper arm. So again, I'm going to get as much access to it as we can. So put it almost at 90 degrees, and this time, look, we're going to make sure that we get you a better view. So this is where there is a pin that goes through the arm, but the arm is sort of it's a manufactured opening, and it clicks in place. It's a push fit. So again, so we take it to here, bring it up, and this, tilt the arm back a little bit, and you push down towards the rear screen. It sounds dangerous, I know, but it can't go anywhere if you pull it back towards you, and it will just pop off. And there we go, just about the look. So see, it's sort of a slot there. It's an engineered slot that will just click into place when you put the new one on, and you just pull it as shown off. So let's put the new one on. Had a bit of a brain fart. Thought which way around it was. So there we go. So it's the highest part on the blade, the outer highest part that goes onto the arm like so. And you just slide it on, push, do the opposite, so you pull it towards you. This time it clicks into place, and that's it. Now remember, you pulled that spring, so you now need to pull it away from you again to the right, and then you can lay it down. Cup of tea time, all done.